Tiger, him and his start at Parramatta. Sean Kenny-Dow, overcoming injury, and Randy Matua looks like he means business as well. We are underway on Super Saturday at NRL level. A short kickoff sees a fight for the ball and possession won by the Roosters. Well, what a confident start into this strong breeze. And they go straight on the attack. You wonder why teams don't try it more often. Jake Friend out of acting half, within metres, and going very close in the opening minute, better than close. The Roosters have been denied. Brad Takarangi, the man.
Well, they're saying he's lost it or he grounded it before the line and lost control of it. Wonderful play from the Roosters, interchanging of passing, and he loses it before the line. Good call, correct call by Jared Maxwell. I thought for sure we were going to go to the video referee, and I thought it was going to be a try.
The referees, Jared Maxwell and Dave Munro, and Maxwell in great position to make a fantastic ruling. So Parramatta survived. What a start from the Roosters. Having his first touch a little later than he would have thought. You'd have expected him to lead the hit up off the kickoff. Nathan Smith into acting half and into Tim Manor. Manor and Ken Seo, the only Eels to play every game this season. And Manor, the only Parramatta forward averaging above 100 metres. Sando kicked right on top of the 40-metre line and drove it up the middle. It was touched by Minicello, but backwards is the call.
He was lucky to get away with that one, Anthony Minicello. With the tactics from Parramatta, looking to get to that 40-metre line and kick with this strong breeze at their back.
Here's Moga. Not many metres out of acting half. Matt Ryan starting and shutting down the Roosters on the spot. And now Anasta, still short of his 40-metre line, plays it. Nuasala dummies and takes on the defensive line. Smith, Moy and Manor involved defensively. Here's the last. Anasta gives it. Pearce kicks just his side of halfway. And Jake Mullaney, the Parramatta will return. Stopped by Orbison and Kenny-Dow. Now Ryan Morgan into Warrior Hargreaves. Jake Friend, the last man up. Ken Seo, Parramatta's leading try scorer this season. He's crossed 13 times and been a real find through 2012. Ken Seo. Smith sends play to the short side. Tua jolted in a tackle from Boyd Cordner, who is very strong defensively early in his NRL career. And a mistake by Roberts. The ball arrived a little low and out in front.
Well, he's a confidence player, Ben Roberts. And that will hurt him. That'll knock him around. But he's got to move on pretty smartly. He can't let this error affect his performance for the rest of the game. When you've got your the breeze at your back, you've got to use it.
Friend, Cordner, who ran into Moy. And Nuasala gives it to Takarangi again. Nuasala on the charge. Wrapped up high by Hindmarsh, down low. It was Smith. Friend out of acting half. He accelerates and provides some momentum. Good passing. It went behind the wingman. And again, Parramatta hang on.
Scrum boys on tackle 4.
Adam Henry shakes his head.
It was the right idea by the Roosters, but poorly executed. Jake Friend getting out of dummy half. They created some numbers. Lovely pick up there by Adam Henry. And the no-look pass out to Moga. Going behind him over the sideline. They've had 2 let-offs now, Parramatta.
Yeah, boys, hands up and over here. Up and over you, mate.
It appears that Henry is playing in the centres with Moga staying on a wing. Henry has made his 3 appearances for the Roosters as a winger. Comes in, it seems, as a direct replacement for centre BJ Leilua, although they may share that role as the game develops. Marsh gives it to Roberts. He received the ball under plenty of pressure, but held on this time. Now Matua to Mana to Moi Moi. Two plays left for the Eels. Kicks from inside his 40. It's taken now. Tuivasa-Sheck.
Showed us some great footwork and speed last week against the Dragons, this young man.
Kenny Dow tackled his side of halfway. And now Augustin goes for a run himself. Warrior Hargreaves into Mana and Moi Moi. The Roosters have won their last 3 games against Parramatta and their last 3 games against Parramatta at this ground. A winning head-to-head record here. Here's the last for the visitors. In good position again. Anasta chips it towards the corner. Timing his run. Mullaney didn't get up. There was a knock-on against the Roosters, so Parramatta will come away with possession. And they've spent the majority of the first 6 and a bit minutes deep in their own territory, the Eels.
Yeah, the Roosters had all the possession. Braithen Astor putting it in the air there for a contest on last play. They're sailing close to the win, the Roosters, with their advantage line runs. The passing game from Jake Friend onto his forwards. They need to be careful they don't give away possession.
Roberts takes a tackle from Jake Friend and Orbison. Now Matua goes long to Luke Burt, and it opened up for Burt. He gets the fans out of their seats, kicks infield for Morgan. Ryan Morgan gets a bounce. Para go the length. What a start from the Eels.
What a ball from Reni Matua. It's a part of his game that's really developed and come on. Going down a short side, the cutout pass to Luke Burt, and Luke Burt just sums it up so smartly. There's the ball from Matua. Kenny Dow doing a terrific job to get in between Burt and Morgan, but when Burt kicked it back in field, Morgan just had too much speed. And really they had the numbers there, but he was caught in field. Tuivasa-Sheck, and Reni Matua has found him out. We know Matua is a strong running back rower, but he just showed his capabilities then with the ball.
Ryan Morgan celebrating his 7th try of the season. Luke Burt has scored 1,765 points for Parramatta. He's set up plenty more, and there are 4 of them.
He didn't panic there either, did he, Luke Burt? He just summed it up so well. He knew that Ryan Morgan has a lot of speed. He just kicked the ball back in field for him.
And Luke Burt will try and convert the try he set up. He's the sharpshooter in the competition. 43 from 48, 90% in this his final season. This one will go straight over and does. 6-0 to the home team. Adam McDougall, did you almost jump out of your chair and tackle an adversary because Luke Burt has still got a bit of speed?
Oh, that was fantastic. I was up out of my chair clapping. What great play by Parramatta there. Fantastic vision from Luke Burt with a deft little kick. The Roosters today in the warm-up was showing the sidelines of Parramatta, hoping to push them over the sideline. So I think that you'll see that tactic used tonight, that long ball to the winger.
Braithen Astor gets ready for the restart.
Well, it'll be a short kickoff. Sean Kenny Dow, the right centre, is over on the left side of the field, so that indicates it's going to be short.
He drives it, it's held up in the wind and lands mid-turn, shall we say. And it's Chase Blair rocked by Adam Henry, who bounced away and let Warrior Hargreaves and Mitchell Pearce finish off the tackle. Here's Mana.
A strange setup for that kick. kicking it, Kenny Dowell on the left. They had no numbers to the right. So if Parramatta were able to get the ball and shift it, something they'll look at later.
It was an early completion from Parramatta. They get a good bounce as well, and now Minicello tries to get beyond his 10. Slips right on top of it and succumbs in a tackle by Hindmarsh, who led the chase. And makes back-to-back tackles along with Nathan Smith. We shouldn't deny the hooker who is charging upfield as well. Look at that, 3 in a row. That time it was Matt Ryan, and make it 4 in a row for Hindmarsh.
He's not retiring, is he?
Can he complete the book? Come up with all 6, Nathan. He's looking for another tackle across field. Gets away from Hindmarsh. This time it was Takarangi, but it was Tim Manor and Smith. He was looking for 5 in a row, Hindmarsh. Pierce, long, out in front. Good take to Avasa-Shep, passing off the ground with no one touching him. Totally legal. He's got fast feet and a fast mind as well, it would seem.
Yeah, well, if you're going to run the ball on last tackle, you need to execute your skills a lot better than that. They put a lot of pressure on themselves there, the Roosters. They were lucky to get away with the kick in the end. The energy levels are certainly lifted for Parramatta.
Sando. Ryan, let's remember, before they collapsed against the Tigers, they had beaten Melbourne on this ground and Brisbane away. A couple of big scalps. Sando to Hindmarsh. Now Roberts. Mullaney chimes in. He gives it to Morgan. And Morgan couldn't get the ball to Luke Burt. The tackle around the feet from Tuivasa-Sheck was a good one on Morgan. And Sando with a chip or a stab kick. And back catching it on the full. It's Moga.
They look good, Parramatta, when they move the ball. They've got some speed out wide with Morgan and Blair. I think Brad Arthur's encouraged the team to use the football more.
Moga takes a tackle. Here's Cordner. Stopped on the spot. Ran into Hindmarsh and Moi Moi. Then sends it back the other way. Pierce set it up for his support play, and Takarangi. And now Anasta passes to Pierce, who gets trapped, throws the ball to Maria Hargreaves. It looked like a dubious pass, but it continues. Now Friend has to rush a pass. Takarangi considers his options, goes back to Friend, who just punts it upfield. He'd had enough. And Mullaney.
Well, the last 2 sets of 6 that the Roosters have had, they've elected to run the ball on last tackle, and it hasn't been to great effect. If Brian Smith didn't want his team to play touch football, that is not great signs.
Sando gives it straight away. Manor works the short side. Stopped by Takarangi. Sando again to Hindmarsh. Runs it. Nuasala and Jake Friend make the tackle. Roberts across field. Goes short and flat to Morgan. Here's the last. And they'll kick from an attacking position again. Roberts to Sando. Dinks it back towards the posts. And Minicello, with plenty of time, makes no mistake.
Great reaction from Minicello, because he was heading to his left and he had to stop and check himself and move back to his right. And he got on the football with plenty of time.
Roosters chasing back-to-back wins for only the 2nd time this season. They've been victorious in rounds 5 and 6. Can they do it in rounds 22 and 23? Pierce running. He's the Roosters' leading try scorer this season with 9. And 17 try assists as well, Mitchell Pearce. Now the kick will find touch 8 metres out from Parramatta's in goal.
Yeah, good kick there by Braith Anasta, running into the breeze, keeping it low. I think when you're playing into a strong breeze, you need to take time off the clock. You know, so with your kicking game, if you can find touch, walk to the scrums, don't give the opposition any extra time with possession with the wind at their back. It was good to see Mitchell Pearce run the football in that set. I think he needs to do a bit more of it. He's much more effective when he runs the ball.
Okay, locked in. And there, Anthony.
So the scrum is about to be set, and as it is, Adam McDougall, do you put a points value on this win Laurie Daly speaks of?
Yeah, well, certainly if I had hair, it would be in my eyes right now because it's so blustery down here, guys. It's very much a big advantage for the Parramatta side. The kicking game's let them down, I feel, in the early parts of this game. Sandown really needs to put the ball in the air and let the wind get underneath it. For me, it's probably a 10-point advantage at least.
Still a way to go for them then with this wind, Parramatta. They lead 6-0 after a Ryan Morgan try and Luke Burt conversion. Matua giving it to Morgan. Around the legs. The tackle came from Sean Kenny Dow. Roberts to Moy. Here's the last for Parramatta, right on halfway. Roberts had to reach another poor pass and stabs at it. Sando is the chaser. Minicillo came through at speed. A great play, but loses it. Well, he did well to pick up the original kick. And maybe with the work done, he eased up mentally and the ball came free.
Yeah, it's courageous play by Minicillo. He was standing deep, given that the breeze was at the back of Parramatta, expecting the long kick. And they just put it over the defensive line. Sando was chasing through, went for the big hit on Minicillo. He loses control of the ball. And Parramatta go on the attack. Great courage shown from Anthony Minicillo, though. You've got to put your body on the line. You know that you've got to wear a bruise for your team. Just unfortunately, he couldn't control it when he got back to his feet.
Here's Maloney. Maloney runs and passes to Blair, who flicks it out on the first tackle, straight to the Roosters, and Braithen Astor comes away.
Well, that's a lead-off. Jake Maloney, a lovely incisive run, giving it to Blair, and Blair got a bit excited. Just went for the miracle play. He would have been better off to go to ground, get to his feet, play the ball, and Parramatta still had 5 tackles up their sleeve.
Well, Chase Blair was about as outspoken as players get these days. In the Daily Telegraph in Sydney this morning, an article by Josh Massoud quoting Blair about how keen he was to take some revenge or prove a point, if you like, against the club that didn't give him a start, that being the Roosters. And maybe he just tried a bit too hard right there. Pearce kicks on the last, along the grounds, keeping it low as he kicks into the wind. It's CO returning for Parramatta.
He's been good for Parramatta this year, Kenny CO. Scored 13 tries, he's heavily involved. Got plenty of speed.
Sando goes to Moore. Yep, CO, one of the 4 rookies I mentioned. Jake Maloney, Chase Blair and Matt Ryan. All have shown some promise at times during 2012. No doubt noticed by the incoming coach, Ricky Stewart. Roberts does some work and gets an arm free and sends Nathan Smith away. Here comes Sando. Sando can't take the pass. There were plenty of Roosters around, and the ball had to go away from them to Chrissy Sando, who reached and couldn't take it. Play on the call, and now Moga is off and running. Tautau Moga told to play on after almost giving himself up. Adam Henry finds himself back in Parramatta territory straight away. Tuivasa-Sheck, watch the feet. They move quickly. Anasta long to Kenny Dow, who has some room, but the defence comes across. Morgan gets there first. The pass to Orbison. And Rennie Matua wraps him up, along with Luke Burt and Smith. Anasta to Pearson. Martin Kennedy changing the angle. Interchange forward. Tackled 6 metres out with 3 plays left for the Roosters. Trying to level the scores. Pearce to Minicello, who gets the ball back after it bounced off his arms at first attempt. Henry, knocked him hard. He goes for a run. Hurls it out the back, finds Pearce, who goes along the ground. Takarangi, second time lucky for Brad Takarangi. He reached out short in the opening minute, but this time collected in goal and scores.
Some enterprising play there from the Roosters. The counter, that's right from the counter attack from the drop ball from Chris Sando. They worked their way upfield. They moved Parramatta to the right side and they shifted it back to the left. And Mitchell Pearce just sums it up so well. Just rolls it in behind the line. Takarangi goes through, grounds it. Adam Henry, good footwork, keeping it out the back, keeping it alive, and just summing it up so well. In that set of 6, what about the footwork of Tuivasa-Sheck? Just fast. Step on a dime.
So Mitchell Pearce kicking for that man Brad Takarangi. It makes it 18 try assists for Mitchell Pearce to go with his 9 individual 4-pointers.
It's end-to-end stuff anyhow. Parramatta could have scored down one end. On the counter-attack, the Roosters go up the other end and score.
Braith Anasta trying to kick his 51st goal of the season. It slices across the face of goal, and that is the 100th try conceded by Parramatta this season. For only the 5th time in the club's history, they've given up 100 tries in a season.
Yeah, it's not good enough. You know, to give up 50 points in a game, as they did last week, was unacceptable. But they've shown us all year, Parramatta, that can score points. It's just been their inability to stop the opposition scoring.
The last time they gave up 100 tries in a year was 2004. And the team to deliver the 100th that season was also the Roosters. Kennedy plays it. Hargreaves crosses the 30. Arona, 5 short of halfway. Hargreaves again. His second involvement in this set. Pearce, Orbison comes back at the angle and takes a tackle from Smith and Manor. Here's the last. And Anasta goes high. Will the wind play havoc for this? It's allowed to be jumped at by Minicello, who gets the ball away. Now Friend chimes in, kicks into the in goal, flying through. Adam Henry gets there.
Play 6 there, mate. Play 6. Just have a quick look at the grounding down here, mate, in relation to every line.
You know what? I think he may have got there. I gave him no hope when Friend put the ball through and the ball bounced away from Henry. But from here, I don't know. I'm not prepared to say no.
I thought it was going to get away without being touched by a Rooster. And next moment, Adam Henry was there, but was part of his body or the ball touch in goal by that stage. Here's the Anasta bomb.
Well, they're all on side. Minicello does a great job going up for it, getting rid of the ball. Then they just keep it alive. Friend puts it through. They're behind Jake Friend, so that's okay. And here, when it rolls away from them, I'm thinking, no way in the world. And here we go. This will give us a better indication. No try. No try. The legs were sliding across the line, but
Adam Henry will have to wait for his first NRL try because Chris Ward has had an easy decision to make there.
I'll blow the whistle.
He wasn't confident when he got up either, was he, Henry? But I thought he was 100-1, and then I thought, no, he may have gotten there.
Now it's Matua. Hindmarsh playing his 20th game of the season tonight, which means that in 13 of his 15 seasons, he's played 20 games or more. What a warrior, Nathan Hindmarsh. Tackled by Henry and Anasta. Sando and Paulo off the interchange goes to Roberts, stepping easily in behind the Roosters defensive line. Ben Roberts gets nearly to the 10. Nathan Smith to Sando, who kicks back towards the post. It bounces in goals
no touch.
And goes over the dead ball line.
He's a good player, Ben Roberts. He's an exciting talent. He just needs to be consistent with his football. He opened the Roosters up there, but the kick was a poor one. Their attacking kicking game, Parramatta, when they've been down here, has been poor. They haven't had any chances to build repeat sets and build pressure, and it's just letting the Roosters off the hook. So important to finish your sets well, and they haven't done that, Parra.
The first penalty of the night comes after 24.5 minutes.
Yeah, boys.
Richard Pearce barking instructions, wanting the lead for his side. Maria Hargreaves, always a competitor. He's the second most penalised man in the competition, Maria Hargreaves, which is at odds with how he is off the field. Such a polite, such a wonderful fellow. Only Travis Burns is ahead of him on the penalty count, but Travis won't be penalised again this season. Friend. Now Pearce to Takarangi. He gets the ball back to Pearce, who runs, looking for another support player, and finding one. They skid towards the in goal, and Hindmarsh, along with Paul, stop Braith and Asta. Friend to Pearce, out the back, Minicello, looking long, straight to Luke Burt's. Tuivasa Sheck was unmarked and would have scored, but Luke Burt was in the way.
And the two veterans, the Parramatta veterans, have stopped certain tries. The tackle from Nathan Hindmarsh and then the intercept from Luke Burt. The experience came to the fore.
Justin Paul has been linked with Newcastle, he's been linked with the English Super League. Stay at Parramatta. Will be revealed in coming weeks. And the kick from Parramatta has everyone applauding here. It's a 40-20.
What a lovely touch when he kicks the ball, Ben Roberts. It was effortless. There you can see him aiming up for the 40-20. Horrible bounce there for Minicello. A good one for Parramatta. Let's see what Parramatta can come up with here in this set of 6.
Cam Smith delivered a 40-20 last night. Ben Roberts says anything you can do, I can do as well. He certainly has in regards of kicking a 40-20.
Jake, wait for the out. Wait for the out.
What's in there? Anthony. Arms around there, mate, please.
Sando. Mulaney joins, but can't get away from Friend. Arona. Justin Paul. Straight towards the uprights. Tackled by Kennedy and Maria Hargreaves. And Nathan Smith to Hindmarsh! Nathan Hindmarsh! He's a try-scoring freak! He's now scored in consecutive home games. The farewell tour is up and running at Parramatta.
I'll enjoy this one, Hindy. The pass from young Smith to Hindmarsh, and he just forces his way through. We actually a bit of footwork there by Hindy. And there you see his signature. The signature Nathan Hindmarsh move. The pants down. Look at them come in and help him celebrate. Cut under his right eye.
So having gone plenty of home games without scoring a try, he's now touchdown in consecutive games at Parramatta Stadium.
He's on a roll.
Against Melbourne and now against the Roosters.
You'd have to back him to score a try in his last ever game here at Parramatta Stadium in a couple of weeks' time against the Dragons.
Won't that be an event at this ground as they farewell not only Nathan Hindmarsh but this man, Luke Burt. To Parramatta. Luke Burt sets up the first try for the Eels and Nathan Hindmarsh scores the second. Let's go to another veteran, Mad Dog McDougall.
Oh, how good's this, guys? That was fantastic play from both the veterans. Earlier in the game, they stopped a try. That was a 12-point try between them two guys. Tremendous defence on their line, and how great was to see the footwork from Hiney. I love it down here. This is great.
Well, there's the short kickoff we saw to start the game. We thought we were going to see again shortly afterwards. The Breeze is assisting that ploy, but they won't get the ball back this time, the Roosters. It worked first up. Roberts plays it for Nathan Smith, and here's Paulo to Hindmarsh, who gives it now to Ryan.
Hey, watch this, watch this, watch this.
And now there's a dispute on the ground between Adam Henry and Chase Blair, is it?
Take our time here, boys. Got a replay on this water if you do that.
Just walk away. Walk away. Just walk away. Walk away.
On a 10. Martin Kennedy. Penalise him.
Yep.
It's unnecessary, okay? Unnecessary.
It doesn't matter. Unnecessary on the ground. Unnecessary. Penalties against you.
Yeah. Where you are, mate.
So the penalty goes in Parramatta's favour against that man, Martin Kennedy. David Munro, in only his second NRL game, delivering the explanation. Under the second penalty in half an hour of rugby league. Here's poor as Parramatta come on the attack. Can Hindmarsh get over again? Paulo. Smith to Sando, who dummies and runs. And taking a tackle from Arona and Henry. Blair from acting half. Back to Paulo, now Paul. He's been strong since being injected by Brad Arthur. Smith behind Paulo to Roberts, who kicks towards the corner. It sits up for Tuivasa-Sheck, who tried to nudge it dead. Instead, he batted it to Minicello. And Anthony had to run it across the dead ball line.
Yeah, it nearly came unstuck there for Tuivasa-Sheck. He was lucky that Minicello was back there. This is that incident where Blair picks up the ball on the ground and Martin Kennedy just comes in over the top. Unnecessary.
They would have been former Toyota Cup teammates at the Roosters. Here's Hindmarsh. He scored more than one try in a season for the first time since 2008. Getting his second of 2012 tonight. The two at the back, Mullaney. Jake Mullaney comes in again. Matua to Ben Roberts. Now Paulo. Behind Hindmarsh, he finds Sando, Matt Ryan. Now Chase Blair angling towards the corner and getting the angle right. He will love that, Chase Blair. Against his former club, he promised to deliver. And there's a four-pointer to help Parramatta tonight.
Yeah, good work by Parramatta. At first they were given a penalty from Martin Kennedy, and Roberts rolled it into the in goal. They got a repeat set of 6, and then they shifted to their right. They created some numbers. Blair getting on the outside of Henry, and really just going across the line and scoring a simple try. Some poor defence there. You'd see Henry trying to push him instead of going in to make a contact. You know, long shifts, you would think that they'd be easier to defend, but they just hold back. They're passive. They don't sort of move forward aggressively enough, the Roosters, to shut it down. And if you don't do that, the team with the ball are in control.
Well, the last man that Chase Blair beat there was Tautau Moga, and in last year's under-20s final series, it was Blair and Moga playing in the centres for the Roosters in the finals campaign. 16-4, a big lead for the Eels. And it might get a bit better here if Burt can keep the accuracy coming. He can! Luke Burt, above 90% this season. Adam McDougall, he makes it look so easy.
He certainly did. He's got lots of confidence tonight, Luke Burt. The Roosters need to be confident out, need to be careful out wide, I should say. They're sliding on their own line. That spells disaster for them if they continue to do that tonight.
Luke Burt's already above 100 points this season. 10 now. And he's done that in 9 of his 14 seasons at Parramatta. The possession heavily in favour of the Eels over the last 10 minutes, and they've used it to score 2 tries, but they give the football back to the Roosters here.
Well, they have to be careful, Parramatta, going into half-time, because they're in a similar situation on Monday night. And yet, just before half-time, they conceded plenty of points to the West Tigers. They've got to be stronger defensively. 5 minutes to go before half-time. They've been dominant. They can't allow the Roosters cheap points here.
Adam Hamilton tries to fight his way through. Sando and Ryan held on. Shift finishing in the hands of Mitch Orbison. Friend to Arona. Arona goes within 3 metres. Ryan and Sando, and the penalty conceded.
Using your head.
Keep it.
Hold the line. Chris, line.
The use of a head in the tackle is illegal. David Munro spotted that. Kennedy will play it. Friend to Arona again from close range. Couldn't get the legs driving or any momentum that time. Paul was the tackler. Friend long. He's pierced, wrapped up immediately on the spot by Matt Ryan. Hindmarsh involved as well. Arona, a third crack on top of the line and pushed backwards. Friend behind Boston. He goes to Pearce. Pearce to Anasta. Break the Nasta. The pressure pays off for the Roosters. Parramatta not renowned for goal line defence this season. And Braith Anasta happy to cash in right there.
They've been in control of this match, and one error and they cannot defend it. A little short pass there from Mitchell Pearce onto Braith Anasta, who hit a hole. And some flimsy goal line defence straight through Ben Roberts. Good work by Anasta, pushing up with his halfback. And this gets the Roosters back into the contest. When you go forward like that, you have to hit the stick.
Braith gets his 4th try of the year and a simple conversion attempt as well. Back to 18-10. And Laurie Daly, I'm sure last week will be on Parramatta's minds.
Oh, most definitely. You know, they had a big lead. They let it go. And in the second half, the Tigers ran riot. Parramatta got the wind at their back. They've been in control. They'll look up at the scoreboard.
Boys.
And they're only 8 in front.
Parramatta needing to muscle up in this defensive set. Friend out of acting half, ducking and weaving and bouncing off Sando. Takarangi with a flick offload to Boston. Nice work from the The Roosters back rower. Here's Pearce. For Orbison. They enter Parramatta territory again. Bosden. Former Dragon, playing only his 3rd game of the season for the Roosters. And Nasta to Pearce. Long to Takarangi. He kicks. A good chase. And Minicello is beaten for the ball by Jake Mullaney.
Some easy yards there by the Roosters, and Parramatta, they were waning with their defence. They were really struggling to contain the Roosters. And it's an attitude thing with the Parramatta team. It's like they get to a big lead and then they switch off with the intensity that's required to defend. You're never too far in front in this game.
And diving for the ball, Mullaney wore an accidental leg from Minicello and took a while to shake off the effect. A minute left in this first half. 18-10 to the Eels. And they extend that margin. 3 plays left in what should be their final set of the half. Tautai. And the play of the ball was horrendous. Lost the ruling from Jared Maxwell. If the Roosters race in, they can maybe create 3-4 tackles to finish this first half.
I think this is Tautai's 2nd error in the last 6 or 7 minutes. And with 30 seconds to go before half-time, Parramatta, they have to make 3 tackles at most.
Sean Kenny-Dow runs at Morgan and changes the angle into Ben Roberts. Jake Friend gives it to Bosden. Just over 10 seconds left in the first half. Friend to Orbison. Kenny-Dow can't get away from Morgan, but passes back to Orbison, who continues to run and shake away from the Eels. Now they go to Pearce. Pearce to Arona. Now Minicello kicks, leaves the ball on the ground. Pearce picks it up, hurls it towards his winger in Moga, and finds nothing but the sideline. That is the end of the first 40. It finished like much of the first 40 was. Frantic, action-packed. 18-10 in favour of the home team. Can the Eels go on with the job? Adam McDougall.
Yeah, I think they can go on with the job tonight. The wind's definitely picking up down here, and as you've seen from the end of that game, how exciting. I think this second half of football, we're going to see both sides throw the ball around, and it's going to be an action-packed second half. I can't wait, guys.
No, not a big crowd in here at Parramatta, but those who have made their way to the Western Centre have been treated to some exciting rugby league. We will break on Super Saturday and come back to wrap up all the first half highlights with Ryan Phelan and Laurie Daly. Stay with us. You're with Australia's sports leader, Fox Sports. Experienced player in Anthony Minicello. Ben Roberts barking instructions. Yes, 29 seasons combined if you include Hindmarsh and Burt collectively. 15 for Burt, 14 for Burt, 15 for Hindmarsh. The second half underway. And unfortunately for Roosters fans, they are trailing again, and they have been horrible in fighting back from a half-time deficit this season, winning just 1 of 12 when down at half-time. Over the past 2 seasons, they are 4 from 26. They need to channel the great Burnborough and learn how to come from behind. Our esteemed producer, Ernie Barbieri, nominated Sovereign Chief, but most of our viewers wouldn't have heard of Sovereign Chief.
He's a desperate man.
Loz, can they do it, the Roosters? Channel Burnborough?
Well, they can, but they need to hang on to the ball. And they need to dominate possession and dominate where they give Parramatta back the ball.
Here's the last, and it's a Nasta kicking. Towards the eastern sideline, it sits up nicely for Burt. And that will allow us to go sideline to Adam McDougall.
Hey guys, their Parramatta have talked about playing tough this second half, building their win off their defence, which they haven't done all season. The Roosters, on the other hand, they were really upbeat and they really wanted to move the ball around. I thought they might have used this win, but they were talking about throwing the ball around and trying to score tries.
Which makes for an exciting second half. Hindmarsh. loses the strides again.
There it is.
We saw the fluorescent yellow last night on Gorgeous George, and now Nathan Hindmarsh with the bright red ones. What's next? Orbison. Centre field, and Minicello. Happy to have a run straight into Talima Tautai and Hindmarsh. Now Marty Kennedy stopped on his 40-metre line. Rennie Matua, the tackler. His friend to Boston. Pearce rushed the pass and took a shot from Sando after giving it. Here's Moga back at the angle. The crossfield trying to spot an opening, but instead takes a 5th tackle. This is the last. Anasta keeps the ball low and drives it towards the in-goal. Mullaney is on it quickly. Has a bit of room to move. Thinks about throwing the pass, but cops a tackle from Friend and Bosden. CO trying to do some more work. A long way from his wing. Now Burt, the other winger. Tautai. Sando to Matt Ryan. Haven't seen a lot from Chris Sando so far in this game. Thought he was racing away for a try in the first half, only to have the last pass get away from his clutches. That kick was horrible for the Roosters, swirling around in the breeze. Moga wanted no part to play in it. Still the last of Parramatta, and Chase Blair conjures something. It's left behind by Minicello. Blair kicks ahead. Chase Blair caps one of the more remarkable tries we've seen tonight.
Have a look at the whole thing, man.
It was ugly for so long, but hasn't had a pretty finish.
Can we just check the kicks inside?
This could be a double for Blair against his former club. Into the breeze, it was a spiral kick from Ben Roberts. And it was always going to be difficult to take. Moga in the end lets it bounce. We're looking to see whether anyone's offside and whether Blair is. You'd say he'd be line ball. You'd say that'd be okay. And you watch this just go away from Moga at the last moment. He was going to make a play at it. He didn't. They just thinking it was going over the sideline. CO pops it back infield. Ryan picks it up. Blair gives it another kick. And then Minicello. He comes across, but he fumbles the ball. He fumbles it there, and Blair kicks it ahead, picks it up, pushes away from Tuivasa-Sheck, and I think this will be a try.
Was Ken CO onside, given that before here he had fielded the ball on the sideline? We were looking for Chase Blair to see whether he was onside. Was Ken CO in front of the kicker, because he was the actual first Eel to touch the ball after the kick. The video referee, Chris Ward, is having another look at that now. You can see CO just ambling downfield. Is he offside there?
Well, if Blair's onside, then CO is behind Blair. I think it's line ball. I think benefit of the doubt.
I'd agree.
I couldn't be sure he was offside.
Maybe Matt Ryan was also in front of the kicker, or he also had a touch, obviously. So if he was in front of the kicker, it could be denied for offside.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one, because I got to say, I'm unsure. Matt Ryan was inside the 10.
So offside and then inside the 10. And Chris Ward reaches for the red button.
Give roll. Yep.
Chase Blair would have loved a double against the Roosters, but he has to wait.
Well, they were lucky there, the Roosters. It was a let-off. And you always run the risk, don't you, when you let the ball bounce. You don't make a play at it. It was always going to be difficult for Moga because the ball was going away from him. It just shows you how strong this breeze is at the Roosters' back. As Kennedy carries the ball forward.
Partly because of the breeze and partly because of the torpedo nature of the kick. They allowed the breeze to get hold of it and whip it sideways wickedly for Moga. Anyway, no try. 18-10. Here come the Roosters. Anasta to Orbison. Pulled down from behind by Tautai. Now Boston up the back to Pearce. Here's Adam Henry on the charge. A beautiful ball from Mitchell Pearce. His second try assist of the evening. And Adam Henry, now he has his first NRL try.
Well, how the momentum can swing in a game of football. Parramatta, again, not concentrating in defence. Chase Blair getting caught infield. There really wasn't much happening there. It was just a second man play to Pearce. Henry hits a hole, and they just outstrip Parramatta for numbers. Bosden out the back to Pearce. You look how far infield the right edge defenders were for Parramatta. That's not a good sign for the Eels to give up points like that.
It's funny how this game has worked. Brad Takarangi nearly scored, was denied, and then did score. Adam Henry nearly scored, was denied, and now he scores. 18-14. The Roosters won't go away. And did we just see Burnborough go up through the sky? Anasta trying to convert. The flags are up. 18-16. Adam McDougall, game on.
Certainly is game on, guys, and you should have seen the reaction from the Roosters bench. They're so excited, they're so pumped up. It's really danger signs for the Parramatta Eels because the Roosters guys are really pumped up.
They want back-to-back victories for the second time this season. They came into this game 5 points off last place, but also 5 points out of the 8. Another victory today will have fans looking at the ladder, looking at 8th spot, doing their calculations.
How big was that kickoff?
Into the breeze. Another giddy up for the Roosters. The tackle, the penalty count now 4-1 in their favour.
Sick of talking to him, that 14.
Joseph can work on the 10.
So Joseph Paulo given a running warning to get back the 10. His failure to retreat, giving the Roosters the penalty, and great position right here. There's a second ball on the ground, not in shot.
That's one, he's got 2 balls.
There's the offending item. Not a bad kick from Dave Munro.
1-2. Hold.
Here's to Nuasala. Arona across field and giving it to Anasta. Adam Henry. He takes a tackle from Tautai. Pearce running on the short. In fact, it's Minicello on the short side. They go that way again. Friend does better than go that way. He goes into the end goal. So easy for Jake Friend.
Well, it was too easy. Short side, and they just didn't number up Parramatta. And if you don't number up on a short side, you've got to be urgent to work from marker and get across and help. And Rennie Matua, he was urgent, but he was going the wrong way. He needed to be chasing when Friend passed the ball. They just stacked the numbers the short side, and Friend throws the dummy. Sando stays out. And that is another soft try to the Roosters.
And just reward for Jake Friend. He is their leading tackler this evening with 21. Last time they played against the Dragons, he got through 52 tackles. It's only his second try of the season. He's played in every game for the Roosters this year. And now Anasta Tries to extend the Roosters' advantage, allowing for the wind perfectly. For the second time in quick succession from out near the sideline, he finds his mark. Adam McDougall, he takes full advantage.
Certainly does. Braith isn't really noted as a goal kicker, but under pressure tonight, his goal kicking's been fantastic. And once again, Parramatta have just switched off at the wrong time, and it's cost them dearly.
Sando drives it long. Nu'uausala on the charge. Justin Horrow on for Parramatta, leading Matt Ryan. He's stiffened the defence. Hasn't played a lot of NRL this year. It's just his third game at the top level. Justin Horrow. Arona, light on his feet for a big man. Tino Arona. Quick hands, and it's battered down by Blair. The tackle count restarts, and Frank Paul Nu'uausala crosses halfway. Minicello plays it for Friend. Arona, busy centre field. 30 minutes left in this game. The Roosters holding sway by 4 after trying at the break. Bosden left it behind.
Knock on off him into Christine now, so it's a double.
A double knock on, but the first infringement against the Roosters.
Yeah, well, the Roosters, I get the sense that while they've dominated the opening stages in the second half, their completion rate is 6 from 7, and they've only had one use of the football, Parramatta. You get the feeling that the Roosters think they can open this Parramatta side up.
Parramatta conceded 50 points plus on Monday night, and the record from teams bouncing back from such losses isn't good. The last 10 teams to give up 50 plus, only 2 have won the following week.
Well, it'd have to affect you mentally, wouldn't it? You know, you'd be scarred from that performance. As much as you wanted to get out there and try and reverse the trend and try and put in a better performance, mentally, though, you'd be still concerned.
Tino Arona penalised for stripping the ball. With more than one in the tackle.
Let's see what they do with the ball, Parramatta. They haven't had too many chances in the second half. They've got to get through their sets. They've got to build a bit of pressure.
Horrow gets an offload back to Ben Roberts. He crawls forward a few more metres, but loses the ball forward.
And that's panic. You know, they're panicking at this stage. You know, they just needed to go forward, work for field position, get to the end of the set, look for a fifth tackle option, whether it may be run or to roll it in the in goal, and build their way back into the game. Not just go the Hail Mary and hope that something's going to happen.
Minicello. In the most recent round, the Roosters missed the fewest tackles, 17, and the Eels missed the most, 50. Friends to corner, stopped by Moi and Matua. Here's Pigs with Bosden coming back at an angle, running behind Nu'uausala. This is the last for the Roosters. It's a Leinster kick. He goes high, waiting for it. Mullaney times his run. The jump didn't even come because flying through the Roosters, Anthony Minicello
All the way.
got his hands to it but knocked it over the dead ball line, and Luke Burt says, I will tap and go.
It was a fast start there by Luke Burt. Grabbed the footy and off he went.
It gets even better for Luke Burt.
And this is what they need. They need some momentum to go their way. Burt, it was a good effort from him to get the ball, quick restart, earn his team a penalty. They can find touch, but they have to learn off the back of their last set. off a penalty where they turned it over early in the tackle count. We've got to get to the end of the set and look to build some pressure.
Roosters slowing Luke Burt in to play the ball illegally. Matua to Roberts. Matua again to Paulo. Sando sits it up for Horro. Paulo, Sando and Horro combining. Now Mullaney arcing around the back. There was no opening. Sando puts on a skip, finds Paulo. Now Roberts to Matua, the big fend. He gets away from Kenny Dow and the Eels towards the in goal. A stop just short. It's Ryan Morgan playing it. And this is the last. They will kick across field, not a high shot from the Eels, on the ground in the in goal. And now there's some work to do. Tuivasa-Sheck has fast feet, but they're not fast enough to find the field of play. And Justin Horro will gallop back, ready for a goal line dropout.
And that's better by Parramatta, getting to their end of their set, putting a kick up, contesting the ball. They look sharp going to that left side. And there's Sheck, Tuivasa-Sheck, cleaning up the ball on the ground. Good work there by Horro. And Anasta with the wind behind him, he may be able to kick this 50-60 on the fly. Having said that,
it goes 40 with a couple of bounces.
Well, the commentator's curse.
The second drop out of the evening, both of them delivered by the Roosters. Heinrich. It's just beyond the 30-metre line. Paulo. Sando. Inside, he finds Horro. Paulo again. Now Roberts. The fast runner was Matua, fast and straight. Paulo to Sando, who kicks for himself and comes through! Chris Sando is putting on a jig. The Parrot chant went up and Chris Sando rose to the occasion.
And that's Chris Sando, we know, playing what's in front of him. Realising that Minicello was on the other side of the field, getting the ball off Paulo, putting it in behind the line, and there was no one there. Minicello was caught up to play the ball. So he was always going to be slow to get across there. He realised that, Sando. He's in the air, he scores. And Parramatta get themselves back into the game through an individual effort from Chrissy Sando.
Tim Manor likes it, and so does Chrissy Sando.
Good to see him out there playing with a smile on his face. In a difficult year, a major off-season signing for Parramatta. Just starting to feel comfortable in this team and in this environment. And Ricky Stewart, one of the great halfbacks, never played the game. He'll teach him a lot next year.
Luke Bird at 90% this season is 100% tonight. He is 4 from 4. It is 24-22, but Adam McDougall, this one could well be 40 all.
It certainly could. It's going to be a very exciting game. The Roosters are talking about moving the football around, still down here on the bench, but you've got to love Chris Sandow. He plays with his heart on his sleeve, always got a smile on his face, and what a brilliant piece of brilliance from him.
Scored 2 tries recently in the win against Brisbane. Here he is with his 7th try of the season tonight. Mullaney after a difficult bounce. Accelerated up above his head. He's tackled 10 metres out. 24-22 in a topsy-turvy contest. Sando passed it with Adam Henry right on top of him and almost taking an intercept. Now Paulo with a one-handed carry. to Chase Blair.
Not what you're used to off points, is it? You're used to a conservative set, getting to your kick. Both these sides, nothing to lose, keeping the ball moving, chancing their arm.
To Matua, who comes out the other side. Mullaney came up on his outside and Matua didn't spot him and takes a tackle on the 20-metre line. Still on as Roberts sets off on the short side. Penalty after the third tackle.
Playing some terrific football, Rennie Matua. Set up the first, or the second try, sorry, for Ryan Morgan, but with a lovely pass, but his running game tonight has been strong.
Hindmarsh with one try under the belt already. Sando from depth marshals the troops, comes to Mullaney, who gets away from Henry. Still going Mullaney. Took a tackle from Braithen Astor. Kinsio wasn't needed. Horrow goes the short side. Justin Horrow with a show of strength, almost spun into the in goal. Mullaney long to Sando. Now Moy straights as he does best. Ethan Smith feeds Sando. Considers an inside option and goes outside to Hindmarsh, who goes over the top. Here's another try. Ryan Morgan. He is scoring tries, Hindmarsh, and setting them up. And Ryan Morgan, a very happy beneficiary.
And every time Parramatta go to their left, they look dangerous, whether it's Mature or Ryan Morgan. They go back to back. Paulo, he's a good ball player, but that was just brute strength from Matua to break the line. And from here, Sando gets the ball, runs it. No, I think I'll pass it, giving it to Hindy, and Nathan Hindmarsh just sums it up so well. And that will go down as a try assist from the back rower.
We have had 3 lead changes tonight, and it would be a brave man to say that we've seen the last of them.
Well, whoever controls the ball, and if they can build a bit of pressure and get repeat sets, they can pile on points. Still plenty of time left in this game. No one is safe.
Especially the 2 coaches. Feel a bit sorry for them sitting up in their boxes with their coaching manuals in front of them. I don't know whether they've seen a lot of play that resembles anything in the manual this evening. But it is exciting viewing, isn't it? 28-22 with the best part of 20 minutes still to come. Can he stay perfect tonight? It's a good kick from the sideline. Off and upright and away. Adam McDougall.
Spoke to Nathan Hindmarsh a couple of weeks ago and he said to me he just wants to go out and enjoy the last few weeks of football he's got left in him, and he's certainly not disappointing. I've never seen him play this good. He's just got a smile on his face. He's running the football. He's passing. He's doing things that he hasn't done for years. Great to see and great to watch.
When Nathan Hindmarsh made his debut in Parks in 1998, I wonder whether he knew he'd finish with 9 try assists in his career, because that's what he's up to right now with 3 games after this one to come. That is the 9th try assist of his career, passing for Morgan. And here he comes again. Still going, Fui, Moi. He drags a big round of applause out of this crowd at Parramatta. Paulo with a hop, skip and a jump in his run. In the Olympic spirit, over halfway. Nathan Smith. Stopped by Waria Hargreaves and Daniel Mortimer. On for the Roosters. Paulo to Sando. Horrow was the line runner. We'll play it with the last tackle here for Mullaney to kick along the ground. Tautau Moga onto it and pulled down from behind by Blair. The old teammates come together in the Roosters in goal.
Terrific set of 6 by Parramatta after points, and it started with the charge from Fui. It gained momentum. They won the ground. And from there, they were able to go on and win the rest of the set. And Mullaney just rolls it along the ground. Chase Blair, along with Nathan Smith, force Moga into the in goal. And a repeat of 6 is coming up here for the Parramatta side.
He takes the goal line dropout and comes to Moy again. Tackle 25 metres out. Leading by 6 points, the Eels. This game anything but done and dusted. Just over 15 to play. Sando. Dummies to Horrow. Chrissy Sando runs and was tackled by Anasta, but not for long enough, because Chris Sando celebrates a double. They are off and running now, the Parramatta Eels. Just the environment that man will thrive in, Chris Sando. He's been content tonight, Sando, just to tease the opposition and pass before the line. But on this occasion, skips across defenders, slices through the attempted tackle of Braith Anasta, and is able to score an individual try. It's a great individual effort there by Chrissy Sando. As I said before, I think he's now starting to feel he belongs here. It's taken him time to adjust to the different systems that Parramatta would have had in place, or have in place compared to South Sydney. But the signs are there that he's got his mojo back. And that's a good thing for Parramatta supporters. It's his 8th try of the season, equaling his season best of 8 in 2010, playing for the Bunnies, of course. How's Burnborough going now? Burnborough was last seen being attended to by the vet. The Roosters have a horrible record of fighting back from a half-time deficit. They did that in the second half. We were joking they needed to finish like Burnborough, as Luke Burt makes the task a little bit more difficult, because they haven't been able to finish well, and now it is a big mountain again under McDougall. The fans are getting restless down here, guys. All the natives are going wild, but the Parramatta fans have certainly been very boisterous tonight. Very excited about the way their team's playing, and it's always dangerous when you hear the crowd go up for Fui, Fui, Moi, Moi. Very dangerous. Another short kick-off by the Roosters. It's taken well by Chase Blair, up above the pack, with plenty of white jumpers around him. You can see Chrissy Sando there already barking instructions, trying to set up a play. He's scored 4 tries in 3 games now. 2 against the Broncos and 2 against the Roosters, interrupted only by the loss against the Tigers. Paulo to Robinson. Now Mullaney. Nathan Smith dummying and running. This is the last. Over the head of Paulo, who wanted nothing to do with it. Sando runs onto the ball and goes long to Sio, who has to head back infield. He was easy pickings for Adam Henry. And ended up taking a tackle from Takaranga. Well, they got too confident there, Parramatta. Keeping the ball alive on 5th tackle. Running it, Sio. Needed to get to a kick. Just leaves the door open for the Roosters. Nuasala, 4 short of halfway. The last 15 minutes, you can see the amount of football that Parramatta have had. 9 sets and completing all of them to the Roosters 1. Maria Hargreaves with an offload to Mortimer. Now Orbison. Daniel Mortimer back at the ground. He knows well. The inside runner was Nuasala, who kept the ball alive for Mortimer. The last, and wingers on both sides are waving their arm. They come to the western side. Moga up, but down without the ball. No touch. He got himself in a good position, Moga, but just couldn't bring the ball in.
Thomas run.
Looked as though it was going to be a perfect kick there by Parramatta. They hung on there, Parramatta. Now Kenny Seo carries the ball forward 10 metres.
It was 18-10 at half-time to Parramatta. The Roosters fell back to lead in the second half. Now the margin 12 points again to the Eels. 11 minutes to play. Paulo to Roberts, ducking and weaving. And stopped just by Mortimer with Orbison assisting. Paulo to Sando. A stab kick towards the southwestern corner. Moga has it. And gets away from Blair. Before being finished off by Horro.
Ball strong, Moga. And Sheck.
Tuivasa-Sheck to Adam Henry. He did lots of work, Tuivasa-Sheck. And Henry couldn't find possession. Hindmarsh. Working play toward centre field, 28 metres out. Nathan Smith out of acting half. Throwing the ball meant for Manor. Instead it's picked up by Sando.
You're not happy with that decision, Chrissy Sando. He's not happy with that set. He's doing a bit of yelling there to some of his teammates. Parramatta had a hand in that, ripping the ball out of Sando's arms. They're 12 behind the Roosters. They need 2 converted tries. With 9.5 minutes to go. You can never write them off because they've got speed in this team and they've got an ability to conjure up points through Mitchell Pearce. And
Nu'uausala threw it to Boyd Cordner. He couldn't take it. And here's Paulo trying to accelerate. He was at 5th gear. And the defence came quickly. Takarangi now. He runs across field, trying to create a man over. Quick hands. Kenny Dow held onto it. He come back the other way. Now Mortimer, quick hands. Nu'uausala. That passes forward straight to Ken Seo. Seo's off and running. Can you keep up at home? This is crazy, crazy footy.
what a passage of play.
Manor to Sando. Now Nathan Smith. Smith runs and it was a tackle around the legs from Takarangi to stop him scoring, and that tackle only. Mulaney.
Turn around. Yep.
Brad Takarangi, the man penalised.
Hold it, hold it.
They're taking the 2 with a 12-point lead to make it 14. I suppose it sounds obvious, but given this game, anything is not obvious.
Exactly right. And that last passage of play, I'm still here shaking my head wondering what happened. But if Luke Burt kicks this, it's a 14-point lead to Parramatta, and they will back their defence. But as we've seen with Parramatta, they are never too far in front.
It seems strange that the team that is last for points conceded and tries conceded would be backing its defence. That is exactly what they will do with a 12-point lead, about to be 14, given that Luke Burt is 5 from 6 tonight and his only miss bounced away from the woodwork. This one is over as well. A 14-point buffer with 6 and a bit to play. Surely they are home now, Parramatta.
Are you declaring them?
Definitely not. Although haven't they added some scalps at home in recent times? This season they've beaten Manly here, they've beaten Melbourne here, Cronulla here. Those 3 teams all top 8 teams, and they're about to add the Roosters, who Won impressively last start against the Dragons.
I think at times throughout the year they've shown us what they're capable of doing. They just haven't been able to do it consistently enough as the short kick-off works and Mortimer regathers possession. Still time.
Nuasala playing acting half. Comes to Mitchell Pearce. A penalty.
Slow. 2 in a row. Wait.
Too slow.
Wait.
In the tackle, Parramatta. Maria Hargreaves. Running and pointing and then being tackled. Here's a Nasta, and there's a fight in back play. And Nasta reaches out, throws the ball to Takarangi.
Hargreaves and Tim Manor.
But a whistle sounds.
Take your time.
We've got that. We've got that. What we need you to do, Nathan, is take your boys back. Hey, Nathan.
Hey,
just take your boys back. Jared,
come
go
on,
back.
take them away for us. Just take them away back.
Just take them
away.
Take them back. Back you go, Chris.
Go. Dave?
Just walk back.
Hey, boys, just go in there. Go in there.
Go back there.
Now we've separated the parties. We will listen to the referee's explanation.
Okay. We don't know. What's the result there?
It's no tries, a forward pass.
Okay, right.
Maria Hargreaves got up and played the ball. Was then something tackled through the first punch. And the Parramatta playing here, I couldn't see who it was.
Tim Manor?
But Hargreaves through the first one.
The same report, mate. Hargreaves is your instigator, but you want Manor for retaliating and Hargreaves. They're the two that are involved. Hargreaves, your instigator.
What do you want to do?
Tim Manor, you've got a penalty here to Parramatta.
Okay. Tim first. Why the Jared?
Cool,
Nathan. Listen to the report, okay?
I can't see anything in the tackle that warrants him getting up other than retaliating the punch from him, okay? So it's a retaliation from Tim Manor to Jared Hargreaves. He's the instigator.
Keep it tidy. Keep it tidy. Penalty's going to go to you. Just keep it tidy. Just back you go. Back you go. Jared.
Okay, same thing. I can't see anything in the tackle that warrants him getting up to throw the punch. Penalty is against him on the mark right here.
Penalty against you, Jared. Keep it tidy. Keep it tidy. Penalty here.
Well, no arguments for the players as Jared Maxwell in his 163rd game and Dave Munro controlling NRL game number 2.
And handle it well.
Laid down the ground rules very simply.
You go.
Here's the tackle that Maria Hargreaves took exception to. Was there a wayward arm from Tim Manor that Maria Hargreaves didn't like? Whatever way, Parramatta have possession with just over 5 to play and a 14-point lead. They led by 8 at the break. Having given up 50 points last week, can they score 40 points this week? Parramatta into Roosters territory. 2 plays left. Smith to Matua. He crosses the 30. The last play now for Parramatta. And it's Roberts stabbing the ball towards Maria Hargreaves. Still the last. He didn't play it at the Rooster. Now a kick back towards the post. Across field and coming to get it. The Roosters have it, but a tackled in goal. It's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck who took the ball and then a tackle.
Great work there by Justin Horrow. I think he was the only Parramatta player pushing up and was a chance of making the tackle. And with his footwork, Tuivasa-Sheck, he would have been thinking, I can get out of this situation. It was a good ball and all tackle from Horrow.
He's been good since he came in, Justin Horrow.
You know, I thought he was going to be a regular first-grade player, Justin Horrow, a couple of years back, and just hasn't been given an opportunity this year. I like him as a player.
He looks like he's enjoyed his time tonight. When he came on, the Eels were in trouble. The Roosters had taken the lead in the second half. The comeback was on. And he heads for a breather now with the job done. Sando. Here's Chase Blair. Still running Blair, tackled by Anasta. Moi goes the short side. Has a run himself. Moi, the crowd wanted him to cross. And he went very close. Sio to Sando. Now Hindmarsh. He sits it up for Paul. Justin Paul's tackled 5 metres out. Less than that, 2 or 3. Now Roberts trickles it towards the in goal. It's picked up by Kenny Dow.
Terrific hands from Kenny Dow. Always difficult when the ball's rolling along the ground and you're running towards the ball and you've got to pick it up off your feet. There's a chance there you can knock it on.
Well, Roosters fans with calculators can stop pressing the buttons, because surely their season finishes here tonight with defeat against Parramatta. The Eels taking a step away from the wooden spoon, perhaps. And Leinster fires it long and finds Kenny Dow down the flank, but he's tackled around the boots by Jake Mullaney. The second time in quick succession, in fact, and a back down from Ben Roberts. Will see the Roosters have 6 more tackles and maybe the final say in this game in terms of scoring points. Pearce long to Orbison, and it's lost forward. It's been that sort of second half for the Roosters.
Yes, it has, and it's been like that all game. Plenty of ball movement, plenty of offloads, but the completion rate hasn't been great. We haven't had an opportunity to build too much pressure on Parramatta. 19 from 34 sets they've completed.
Well, also they're the only team in the league with a completion rate below 70% this season. They had improved in recent weeks, up above 70% comfortably, but it's been a problem all year, cutting the errors and making it complete.
You know, and you do need to move the ball around. I don't think you can just rely on completion rate winning you a game. You know, you have to challenge the defence, but if you've got plenty of movement, you have to complete. You have to have at least high percentage.
Matua. Burt tries a chip and a chase. He's coming through, but getting the ball as well and then flicking it out the back and finding a teammate. Here's Ryan Morgan. He had a big start to the game, Luke Burt, and a pretty impressive finish as well. Roberts goes long onto the chest of Hindmarsh, who finds support from Mullaney.
Running as a centre there, Nathan Hindmarsh. He's shown us all. He's shown us everything tonight.
The scrum won't have time to pack. Nathan Hindmarsh celebrates another victory. 36-22 to the Parramatta Eels.
Well, it's a good win for Parramatta, given they were off the back of a hiding on Monday night to the West Tigers. To respond the way that they did was good. They were down in the second half. The Roosters made a charge and got to the lead, but Parramatta were able to claw their way back. Rennie Matura on that left edge was fantastic. Chrissy Sando was inspirational. A couple of big charges by Fui Moi Moi. And they are happy with themselves, the blue and gold.
Well, Parramatta go level with Penrith on 16 points, still trailing by 17 on points differential. So if the Raiders do a job on the Panthers tomorrow, Hindmarsh, Burt and the Eels may wake up on Monday morning away from the wooden spoon. Let's go onto the ground to Adam McDougall.
Joining me now, very happy Parramatta Eels centre, Chase Blair, mate. Fantastic win.
Yeah, great win from the boys. We always knew through the week it was going to be such a hard game. Roosters come out, credit to all them. We worked our arse off in D. We knew there's 2 games to football, one's attack and one's defence. So we turned up in both. That's good. And
on a personal note, there was an article in today's paper saying that you're looking forward to this game. Was it great to come out and show Brian Smith?
Yeah, sort of. But I still had to play my own game, and I still had to work with Parramatta boys. So, but to get the win, I'm happy as. Yeah.
And mate, looking forward to next year of Ricky Stewart.
Yeah, it's great. I spoke to Ricky in the New South Wales 20s camp Said that he's got good plans here for next year, and yeah, hopefully we have a good season next year.
Well, congratulations on the win, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Cheers.
Join me now, Roosters captain, Brayden Astor, mate. Disappointing?
Yeah, very, mate. You know, we slow start and then we got ourselves back into it. I thought we were going to get on with it there at the start of the second half, but, you know, just our discipline let us down again.
I noticed that you didn't kick the ball a lot using the wind in the second half. Was that a ploy?
Not really. I think we made a few half breaks there, and you know, we scored a couple of tries, which got us in good position, so we didn't really need to. But and then late in the half, we didn't have the ball. So you know, I think if we probably controlled the ball a bit more, we would have kicked definitely a bit earlier.
And mate, next week, what do you need to do to turn things around?
You know, we've just got to keep working hard. You know, we've struggled with consistency and playing for full 80 minutes, and yeah, discipline's let us down, whether it be penalties or mistakes and errors at crucial times, and that let us down again today. So we've got to work on that again.
Well, thanks for joining us, mate, and better luck next week.
Cheers, Dukes. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Brayden Astor and the Roosters had held the Jack Gibson Cup, but with defeat tonight, Parramatta will take it back. They've scored 6 tries to 4, and that is the prize, the Jack Gibson Cup. Will the Eels move away from the wooden spoon? The Roosters have been beaten and their finals chances are gone. The Eels home, 36-22. We will break on Bundaberg Super Saturday, and then Ryan Phelan, Laurie Daly and Anna McDougall will wrap up an action-packed game from Parramatta Stadium.